This is the Randi Rhodes Show on 960 KNEW and online at 960KNEW.com.
It's Friday, my friend, and that means BS News for this, the even dozen of October 2012, and away we go. Dateline, Veep Stakes. Last night, Joe Biden did an outstanding job in the vice presidential debate. Biden invoked the term malarkey in political discourse for the first time since the Teapot Dome scandal, and for the first time in culture anywhere since the death of Walter Brennan. And despite his reputation as a spokesman for the Generation X millennials, Paul Ryan failed to counter Biden's malarkey comment by telling him to talk to the hand, whatever, over it. The clear takeaway from the debate was that if you're old enough to use the term malarkey, you're old enough to have an understanding of the complexities and nuances of things like, oh, I don't know, foreign affairs. Dude. Dateline, middle muddle. This week, in an effort to appeal to moderates, Mitt Romney completely reconfigured everything he ever did, said, or supposedly stood for ever in his life. A process Romney calls waking up on Tuesday. Dateline, hablo Anish Spay. President Obama is out with a campaign ad for Latinos in which he speaks Spanish. He's not very fluent, so he can speak some Spanish, but has difficulty understanding when he is spoken to. It's kind of like when Mitt Romney is talking to somebody who's not a millionaire. Finally, Dateline, schoolhouse crock. Bad news. A new study shows that high school students are required to take a test in civics and U.S. government in only 8 states. What's even worse news? Most of those students thought that 8 is all the states there are. That makes me want to drink. We're closing in on my tie o'clock. BS News for Friday. Have a great weekend.
Seriously, dude. It's like Afghanistan and stuff. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, really. Here's the end of our foreign policy debunk, okay? All we're doing today is, we're going to watch the debate with me. Because I realize a lot of people out there, especially the undecideds, how could that be possible? They don't have the info, and they watch the debate, and I guess it's all about style, not substance, because they don't know the substance, so they just go, well, he has nice teeth. Look at those bedroom eyes on that Eddie Munster dude. He's so, dreamy. Really? So here's the end of the foreign policy debate. Then we'll get into, the taxes, which Paul Ryan had no specifics. I mean, zero, none, nada, goose egg, donut, squat. He's like, elect me and I'll let you know. I'm sorry. That's why I don't understand how people could be undecided. Anyway.
And you're going to increase the defense
We're just not going to cut the defense budget like they're proposing.
They said $2 billion.
That's not accurate.
More than that. No, so no massive...
No, we're saying
defense increase.
Okay, you want to get into defense now?
Yes, I do. So, because that's another math question.
Right, okay.
How do you do that?
So they proposed a $478 billion cut to defense to begin with.
No.
Now we have another $500 billion cut to defense that's lurking on the horizon.
No.
They insisted upon that cut being involved in the debt negotiations. And so now we have a $1 trillion
Let's put the automatic defense cuts aside.
Okay.
Please.
Let's put those aside. No one wants that. But I want to know how you do the math and have this increase in defense
$2 trillion.
You don't cut defense by $1 trillion. That's what we're talking about.
And what national security issues justify an increase?
We're going to cut 80,000 soldiers, 20,000 Marines, 120 cargo planes. We're going to push the Joint Strike Fighter out. We're cutting missile defense.
And one more.
If these cuts go through, our Navy will be the smallest it has been since before World War I. This invites weakness. Look, do we believe in peace through strength? You bet we do. And that means you don't impose these devastating cuts on our military. So we're saying don't cut the military by $1 trillion. Not increase it by $1 trillion. Don't cut it by $1 trillion.
Quickly, Vice President Biden on this.
Look,
I want to move on.
We don't cut it. And I might add, this so-called, I know we don't want to use the fancy word sequester, this automatic cut.
Yeah.
That was part of a debt deal that they asked for. And let me tell you what my friend said at a press conference announcing his support of the deal.
Yeah,
he said, and I'm paraphrasing, we've been looking for this moment for a long time.
Can I tell you what that meant? We've been looking for bipartisanship for a long time.
And so the bipartisanship is what he voted for, the automatic cuts in defense if they didn't act. And beyond that, they asked for another. Look, the military says we need a smaller, leaner army. We need more special forces. We don't need more M1 tanks. What we need is more UAVs.
Some of the military. I know that's
not some of the military. That was the decision of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, recommended to us and agreed to by the president.
Who answered to a civilian leader?
They made the recommendation first.
Okay.
Okay. I stand corrected. He's fact-checking Martha Raddatz. And, of course, he's absolutely right.